Fail. I was hoping for the best, but I was in a way I was expecting the worst. Love it.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. Aurora, Colorado is absolutely beautiful to say the very least. It's a family friendly community known for its proximity to the Rocky Mountains. With its gorgeous scenery and diverse communities within it, many believe it's one of the very best places to raise a family in the United States. And obviously, La Brea Jackson agreed. 23-year-old La Brea Jackson was loving, caring, and joyful. Her big, beautiful brown eyes were so captivating, she had the ability to capture your heart with just one look. She had 2 children, 2 boys, and she was extremely devoted to them. She had been adopted at a young age and never had the opportunity to be raised by her biological mother. So raising her 2 sons and being there for them was absolutely her most important responsibility in life. La Brea was in a relationship with 26-year-old Andrew Condon. He was charming in the beginning of the relationship, like they always are, and he and La Brea had connected almost immediately over the fact that they were both adopted. La Brea fell hard and fast. But before long, those beautiful brown eyes of La Brea's no longer reflected beauty and confidence. They reflected pain and fear. Andrew had become violently abusive. According to police, they had at least 2 domestic violence incidents on record involving La Brea and Andrew. In a December 2018 incident, Andrew reportedly became aggressive towards La Brea following an argument they had over money. She told police Andrew pinned her to the couch and began strangling her. Although she said she did not lose consciousness, she was able to see stars and she thought she was going to die. If all the other incidents prior to this one didn't set off red flags in La Brea's head, this one definitely did. And although she feared for her life because Andrew had threatened her multiple times, she ended the relationship once and for all. But La Brea had no idea the type of monster she was dealing with. You see, this was not Andrew's first rodeo. In 2016, he had twice been charged with domestic violence against his ex-girlfriend and the mother of his child. He was also charged with child abuse in both incidents. According to sources, his ex-girlfriend had to move out of town and basically go into hiding to get away from him. And Andrew had no intention of letting La Brea do that. He definitely was not going to let her out of his sight. Breaking up was not an option. If she didn't want to be with him, she wasn't going to be with anyone. On December 23rd of 2018, La Brea's mother received a text message from La Brea stating that she was on her way. She was due to visit family later that evening to help celebrate the holidays, but she never arrived. The very next morning, La Brea's mother requested that police visit her apartment to do a welfare check. When they went to her home, they stated that it looked like she had moved out, but they were unable to locate her. So hours and hours and hours go by and there's still no La Brea. Finally, on December 26th, her mother filed a missing persons report. Days later, Andrew is pulled over in Texas, driving La Brea's car. He's taken into custody on multiple felony warrants unrelated to La Brea's disappearance. But at the time of his arrest, police found La Brea's cell phone and her debit card in Andrew's custody. And this fool had been using her debit card all up and through Texas. He was just foul. Sadly, on January 6th of 2019, a man pulled into an abandoned truck stop and noticed a red plastic storage container with a human body inside. Police later identified the remains as La Brea Jackson's. She had been strangled to death, bound and stuffed in a plastic bin. Police believe she was killed between December 21st and December 23rd. So you know police immediately slapped murder charges on Andrew, and luckily he was already in custody for those unrelated warrants.
Breaking news tonight, the CBI says that remains found outside of an abandoned truck stop near Aguilar have been identified as 23-year-old La Brea Jackson. She was last seen on December 23rd in Aurora. A cause of death has not been released.
Loving, joyful, hardworking, just a few words Jackson's aunt used to describe her niece.
Jackson was reported missing from Aurora on December 23rd after not showing up to a family gathering. On Tuesday, police told us Jackson's body was found in Aguilar, Colorado.
I just want y'all to know that LaBria was a strong, self-driven young lady who loved her kids.
Now, if there's one thing that hurts Jackson's aunt the most, it's that these two little boys will grow up without a mother.
We love you and we love them boys. That's most important. You know, just don't worry about your kids, because I know how you are about your kids. They're going to be just fine.
Jackson told family members she was on the way to their holiday dinner, but had to pick up her boyfriend first. That boyfriend was arrested on an outstanding warrant in Texas on Christmas Day, completely separate from this case.
He was a parasite that had leached onto her. That's what he was.
After interviewing family members, police learned that Andrew had reportedly showed up unexpectedly at his adoptive parents' house on December 22nd at 9 a.m. in the morning. They told police that their son was very emotional. He was crying and he was angry. He told them that he had made a big mistake and that he was in big trouble. He needed to get out of there quickly. With him making that statement to his family on December 22nd, it's very likely that those text messages that were sent to LaBria's family on December 23rd were sent by Andrew, not LaBria. I believe that he done harm to LaBria probably December 21st, the night before he showed up at his family member's house at 9 a.m. in the morning.
A man in Aurora is now awaiting his sentencing after he was convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend and dumping her body at an abandoned truck stop in Los Animas County. According to the district attorney's office, the murder happened just before Christmas in 2018. That's when LaBria Jackson was reportedly on her way to pick up her then boyfriend, Andrew Condon. The couple was supposed to join Jackson's family in Westcliff, but they never showed up. Jackson's body was later found inside a storage container at an abandoned truck stop 3 hours south of Denver. Yesterday, a jury found Condon guilty of that murder. Investigators say he strangled Jackson about 2 weeks before her body was discovered. He was found guilty of multiple charges, including second-degree murder, tampering with a deceased body, and motor vehicle theft. His sentencing is scheduled for November 10th.
On November 10th of 2022, Andrew was sentenced to 71 years in prison, followed by 5 years of mandatory parole. His convictions included second-degree murder, tampering with a deceased body, motor vehicle theft, violent crime resulting in a death, burglary, assault and strangulation, and felony menacing. This guy was a complete monster, and he deserves every one of those 71 years in that sentence. This case is so heartbreaking, and my heart truly goes out to LaBria's two sons. I know all she ever wanted to do was to be there for them and provide a good home. Unfortunately, she got involved with a complete monster, and once he leached onto her, there was no escaping him. If you are in a domestic abuse relationship, get out now. Please leave and use the quickest, safest way possible. If you have to create an exit plan, create an exit plan. If you have to move to another state, move to a different state, move to a different city, move somewhere where your abuser will not be able to find you. And do not turn back, ever. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and the notification bell for future content.